This is the Real Life Alchemy Podcast with your host, Sarah Linhares. Welcome to Eclipse Season 2024. I'm Sarah Linhares, your local artist, energy guide, and natural mystic here to break down what you need to know about this powerful portal of change. Please subscribe, like, share with people. I truly appreciate it. Thank you. So, eclipses are powerful openings of change. They are accelerated periods of evolution and growth. I made a whole video about what they actually are scientifically and what is their actual meaning in astrology. So please check out that video for more info. Let's jump right into the current moment in time. We are about to have our first eclipse of a series of 4 in 2024. And this first series is going to be March 25th and April 8th. When we're working with the Libra Aries axis, it is because the nodes of the moon, the karmic past, the tail of the dragon, and the head of the dragon, our future, our destiny, is aligning with the luminaries, so either with the full moon or the new moon. This first eclipse we're having is a full moon. It's a lunar eclipse, and it's in association with the south node of the moon in Libra, which means this is a heightened full moon energy. It is more potent, more powerful, and because it is aligned with the south node, it's all about letting go, releasing, and coming to some illuminations and realizations about what no longer serves us, so we can prepare for the second eclipse, which will be in the opposite sign of Aries on April 8th. That will be in the north node, and that is aligning with our destiny. So basically, with this series of eclipses, we are first releasing, letting go, purging, so that we prepare to set our new intentions and receive the new blessings, themes, and lessons that we're working with as we align with our destiny. Eclipses are wild card energy, and basically this portal between March 25th and April 8th is a 2-week window, and I call it the desert between eclipses because it is sort of this period of you can't hold on to anything, everything is uncertain, and it's a heightened time where we are closer to receiving downloads, messages, and we have no idea what will happen. But we do know that change is afoot. And because we're working with the Aries-Libra axis, we know that we are working in a dance, a balancing act between being independent, courageous independence, being true and authentic and balancing our own personal needs and what we need to be well in the world, Aries, the courageous warrior, with Libra, the sign of relationship, the sign of seeking balance, the sign of justice and finding equality and harmony. Libra is ruled by Venus, Venusian. So it's all things Venusian. It means it wants to beautify, it wants to harmonize, it wants to value, it wants to be loved, it wants to find a way to balance itself with the other. When we're working with a south node full moon eclipse in Libra, we are absolutely working with shadow elements of Libra, okay? Shadow elements of Libra are codependency, toxic relating patterns, lying, not for malicious means, but so we don't confront what we actually feel. We compromise our truth so that we can be accepted. Comparison, comparing ourselves to other, judgment, judging others and their behavior and ourselves. There's an energy of self-criticism. And it's really basically not being in integrity. So Libra can be avoidant, not wanting to face the truth. Although it wants truth, it wants to connect deeply with the other. If there's something, there's sort of a shadow aspect of Libra that's the fantasy lover. Like sort of fantasizing about what the person is and idealizing them in your mind. Meanwhile, it's not even true. Or idealizing yourself and how you behave in relationships without wanting to look at what is actually happening. And it can sort of put the blame and the victimization on the other. Like, oh, I feel victimized and therefore I'm blaming the other. Libra is cardinal air energy, so it's very mental. So we need to be quite careful at this time about our mental processes, because we can get swept up in a whirlwind of, confusion and self-judgment and self-doubt. And eclipses are not really a time to make big life decisions. You want to be open to what are the themes that are coming up for you so that you can work through what you need to let go. We're already working with the themes, people. We've been working with the themes for the last couple weeks, and it's only getting stronger and stronger. So with this full moon lunar eclipse, we want to be really taking some time to examine our own behavior and how we behave in relationships. Where do we hold on to what is no longer good for us? Because when we're working with an axis, which is the opposites, which is Libra Aries, we're always looking to the opposite sign for the medicine, the dose, the homeopathic dose of what we need to find that balance. And what Libra needs is to care for oneself before compromising. And that is the medicine of Aries. That is our karmic destiny that we are all working with. So how can we be ourselves? How can we meet our own needs and yet find peace and harmony in our intimate relationships? Eclipses are very associated with karma, fate, and destiny because they're associated with the nodes. There will be endings, there will be beginnings. So especially since it's South Node, you really want to be looking at what relationships are not serving your health and well-being. Health is on the table. Are you overriding your health and well-being for the sake of a relationship? You can lose yourself if you have any karmic energy in your personal natal chart around Libra Aries. I personally do. You have to be careful of your health and how you're compromising your energy in your relationships. Libra really wants to be liked, wants to be loved, wants to be, harmonizing and healing the situation. There's a deep desire for pleasing the other. It's about making sure that you're not compromising your own well-being for the sake of another. I'm going to call out a toxic Libra behavior: people-pleasing. People-pleasing has been celebrated in our culture as a way of, I just want everyone to be well. I'm bringing the shadow up, which is people-pleasing is not really about the other person. It's not actually about pleasing the other. It's actually an avoidant technique of shadow Libra behavior to avoid feeling guilt, shame for saying no. So I'm calling it how it is. people pleasing is not something to be proud of, because it's not actually you caring overly about the other. It's actually more to do with you not wanting to be the bad guy. So that's a shadow Libra aspect for sure. So calling out the people pleasers, this is not to make you feel bad. This is time to align with the truth. Eclipses have this powerful energy of revealing truth, deep karmic truth, okay? So we want to be looking at ourselves in this. Where am I compromising my truth? You know, there's an energy of blaming the other. No, it's about looking at ourselves, okay? Even if you're in a toxic relationship where you believe the other person is the problem, where is your role in the situation? How have you allowed this dynamic to be a part of your reality? This has a lot to do with self-worth and self-esteem and self-value. At the same time that we have the moon and the south node in Libra, we are having an opposition with a strong Aries energy. We have the sun in Aries, we have the north node in Aries, we have Chiron, the wounded healer in Aries, and we have Mercury in Aries. Okay, so this is very strong Aries energy that is asking us for healing. It's asking us to be courageous in taking care of our needs, in examining the way we think, the way we communicate, and how we can heal our wounded ego. Shadow Aries is overly identified with the self. The opposite, it's narcissistic, can be only thinking about oneself and not the other. We'll be looking at those shadows of Aries in the second eclipse. However, in all the eclipse energy, we're always looking at the shadows and the gifts and the illuminations, because eclipse season is really shadow working season. It shines a light, it illuminates something that was previously unknown, unseen. Let's look at the aspects for this lunar eclipse. So the moon being in Libra has a beautiful trine to Pluto. Trine is a harmonious aspect. It is giving us assistance, a blessing that has to be activated. We need to activate a trine. And with Pluto, this means transformation. So we are giving a boost of deep transformation. This is soul growth. We have the ruler of this lunar eclipse, Venus in Pisces. It's very at home in Pisces. It's flowing, it's loving, it's emotional, it's valuing all the beauty and the art and the creativity and the spiritual realms. So this is really bringing a spiritual aspect to this eclipse. And it is in a conjunction to Saturn. So Saturn, again, is the ruler of limitation, laws, karma, time. Saturn and Venus in a conjunction is not very comfortable. It's the energy we've been feeling this week, building up to the moon, this weekend particularly before the moon. We may feel a bit stuck, a bit limited, a bit heavy. There's kind of a depressing energy. There's like a going into a feeling sorry for ourselves, questioning our value, our worth, our esteem. There could be some financial issues coming up. However, Saturn's role here really is to ask us to grow up. It's bringing a seriousness to this work, to the shadow work we value. It's bringing a devotional energy. It's asking us to devote ourselves to this work, this balancing, this harmonizing, this healing, this releasing, this letting go. Venus in Pisces also has a beautiful sextile to Jupiter in Taurus. That's also bringing harmony and balance and expansion. And so there are some beautiful, helpful aspects. This is a time to really listen to your body, take good care of your health, take some time alone, journal, write, all the themes I've mentioned. This is a 6-month cycle. We will be continuing to work through these themes for the next 6 months in Libra season, when we'll see the fruition of what we've worked through. We are still going to be working with these Aries, Libra aspects until 2025, which is the conclusion. So we're still deep in the process. It's usually about 1.5 years we work with one aspect. And the human design and the gene keys of this eclipse. The moon will be in gate gene key 18, which is the gate of correction. And in the gene keys, there's 3 levels. The shadow being judgment, the gift being integrity, and the city, the illumination, being perfection. This gate is in the spleen, so this is about the immune system. This is about the health of the body. This is about intuition. This is about feeling into the subtle realms. And there is a fear associated with this gene key and this gate, the fear of authority. So it's a challenge to our conditioning, to those people in power. There's a pressure here to be of service. Gene key 18, opposite the sun in the 17. So again, this is Libra, Aries energy. And there is something that is associated with finding a better way, letting go of what doesn't work, correcting what is out of balance, what is unhealed. It is about healing, and it is about the immune system. It's about mental anguish. It's about healing with the mind, moving from the mind into the heart. It's about letting go of gossip, criticism, victim mind, self-judgment, negative self-talk, comparing oneself. These are all low-end Libra. It's about moving into integrity, serving the truth. Integrity is essential for a healthy immune system. Living in integrity with your values. It's all about value. What do you value? And it's the courage we need to challenge what is not in alignment with our value system. I am going to call it out right now. We are in a process, of course, of evolving as humans, but I'm seeing really present in our world as we shift from this old paradigm to the new paradigm. There is a lot of people still operating out of integrity, particularly in the business world. And I would say even in the spiritual business world, because we're being asked to walk our talk. With Saturn in Pisces, we're being asked to devote ourselves to our practice and our work. And the old model of business is about marketing fear. It's about showing someone what they lack, how they are incomplete, and how you can provide something to fill that feeling of incompleteness. And I'm really witnessing this online, a lot on Instagram, but how people are basically selling the new model with old techniques. And when we move further into the future, this no longer serves our collective, and we are going to need to be more in integrity about how we sell, how we market, what we provide. Yes, as people that provide spiritual business or any business, we are selling a solution to a problem. We're selling what someone needs that we have expertise on, or we know. We're selling our genius. However, the old model is about capitalizing on people's fears and sense of lack. And I see a lot of people selling their method and how they uniquely are able to show you how you can make those millions. But from what I am studying and understanding and developing in my own work, which is a fusion of human design, gene keys, and astrology, is one person's success is not your success. You can learn from that person, but their method, even though it looks beautiful and it's sexy and it's saucy and it's seductive, it's still working with the fear mentality. And the future of business is empowering people to be themselves, empowering others to understand that not one method fits all. And so I'm calling out integrity in the community, and that I see a lot of people still working with the how can I get as much money while the gravy train is still flowing by saying my method is the one method. It's not. It's not the one method. We want to be aligning with the people that are on our fractal group. The people that we know we have a feeling that we are in the same lessons. So it's not just about what seduces you in. It's about deeply feeling into your authority, your body, your knowingness, your intuition. It's feeling who resonates, whose guidance resonates with your unique energy. So yeah, I want to highlight that I'm witnessing this in real time, and I want to be part of bringing attention to the shift in the paradigm in the spiritual business world, particularly because that's where I'm vibrating in. So the highest expression of this gene key in this human design is perfection. And this perfection is not in the Virgo sense of having to be so perfect and never relaxing, but it's the perfection of being in the heart. The perfection of always working in integrity. These are divine concepts. These are energies that need to be contemplated with time and space. So I invite you to challenge the conditioning. I invite you to take some time to get into the heart, to take some time to meditate, to be with yourself, knowing that nothing is stable right now. I really recommend that you do some somatic body work this weekend or next week in alignment with this eclipse, because we store a lot in our body and we're releasing and letting go. I also recommend working with the mind. And so I have an eclipse portal meditation online for free. And it takes you into the desert. It's called Crossing the Desert. It's really to relax your nervous system, but it's also to help you with some karmic letting go. It's guided. It takes you into the magical realms, and it's really good for releasing. It gives you a special message that you need to hear about karmic relationships. this is a big theme with the Libra Aries axis. And I think we're all really feeling that revolutionary energy in our relationships. Relationships are in the process of being completely transformed. We have been raised in a society with Disney fairy tale princesses being saved by princes on white horses. We have this very unhealthy, unrealistic obsession with being saved and with the idea that someone else completes us. Yes, we are here to deeply bond with another. We're deeply here to experience relating. Yes, we are here to experience the love and the exchange of a deep connection with another soul. And depending on who you are uniquely, you may have various lessons to learn about relating. I just want to talk, relationships are perhaps the most challenging thing in our human experience, and they teach us so much. They help us to grow. We've really been working with a huge energy of karmic relating, and karmic relationships really come into our lives to throw us back to ourselves. When we have that very seductive, exciting connection with someone where we get addicted to them, or we know them already, or it's like this sort of sexy, sensual, when we join connection with that person, we get so excited, it like brings us into euphoria. That is often a sign of a karmic relationship. There's a reason this person is coming back into your life to heal and to resolve often a past life relationship. And if it's very fast, if it's very exciting, if it's very sensual, if it's very sexy, if it's very, I know this person, it's most likely not the healthiest of situations. Because the future of relating is taking our time to really get to know the other and to understand if they are truly on our fractal line, if they are our people, dharmic connections, or if they're here to teach us a lesson. These karmic lessons often are here to provoke some kind of a crisis that throws us back to ourselves, teaching us to find the validation, the love within ourselves. And there's all kinds of forms of these karmic relationships. They're not only sexual relationships. They can be with a counselor, a mentor, a teacher, sort of someone teaching you, and you develop this close relationship. You can kind of get addicted to another person. And I've had this experience in my life where I got very entangled in a karmic relationship with a teacher of mine. And it became very clear that it was totally toxic dynamic. And what was happening is I was giving her all my power because I respected her. I loved the way she taught. I learned so much. I really looked up to her. And if I think about it, I also was wishing for this older sister feeling and, you know, having my back and supporting me. And what ended up happening was that I had to basically cut her out of my life because I was realizing that I was giving her all the authority and I was becoming subservient to the relationship. And I was not listening to my needs. I was not standing up for myself. It was a very Libra karmic story, actually. And Libra Aries is double karmic story in my natal chart. I have North Node in the first house, which is Aries, South Node Libra, 7th house, and my Pluto is in Libra, opposite Aries. So that's a double karmic signature of Libra Aries. And in both cases, I am moving from Libra to Aries. I'm learning how to let go of wanting to have these deep, I just want to be with you. So it's been a very, I can make light of it now, but it's been a very painful journey, and it's happened to me on multiple levels. A lot of times in my romantic relationships, unfortunately. And like I said, with this teacher of mine, this mentor as well, it's happened with friendships. It's a huge karmic lesson for me. So if you have North Node in the first house, check your natal chart. This is part of your karmic lesson. It's leaving behind the need for an intimate relationship to be okay and to be courageously yourself. So check your natal chart. If you have North Node in Aries, this is the same signature. So for this eclipse, you want to look at your birth chart. You want to look to your Libra Aries house. What do you have in Aries? What do you have in Libra? And what degrees? This eclipse is at 5 degrees of Libra. The next eclipse is at 19 degrees of Aries. So we're looking at both of those places. Where in your map is it? To get an idea of what you are working with. Take care of yourself. Mental practices, meditation, grounding, go into nature, somatic work, dance. I'm doing a deep releasing workshop this weekend to help assist other people somatically release what they need to prepare. Could be emotional. Just relax, let go, go with the flow, go do my guided meditation, sign up for my mailing list. And just know that we're in this very vulnerable, sensitive time, this 2-week period. People, we're also going to begin, we've already stepped into the pre-shadow, Mercury retrograde in Aries. So April is a big, big deal. We've got the eclipses, we've got the Mercury retrograde, and we've got a big conjunction, Uranus and Jupiter, April 20th. So the whole month is a deep whirlwind of change. So more soon come. I do private readings, and I offer mentorship for people who want to go deeper into aligning with their unique energetic blueprint and want to work on creative self-expression and showing up authentically with integrity, aligned with who they came here to be. I want to wish you a beautiful eclipse portal. Sending you much love from Madeira Island. Beijinhos. Ciao.